Great. Is that Johnny back there?
Hi, Mikey.
What's up, Johnny?
Hi.
What's up, dog?
What's up?
I'm sorry.
So sorry.
Just
How you doing?
bad.
So
Oh,
shit.
all right, buddy. God
I will
damn.
represent the
Yeah, my
defense.
bad. I was gonna say
Yes.
Ladies
Come
and
on,
gents,
come
can
on.
you please?
God damn.
We're gonna go to
I will
place
represent the defense on the
What's up?
line.
What's up?
Ladies
What's
and
up?
gents, please calm down.
Shut your goofy ass up, Blueberry.
Free Frank.
Hello.
How do we do this?
Chloe.
Thank you, red
Hey.
hair.
Hi, Chloe.
Hey, guys.
Free Frank.
Eddie!
Hey, Karma. How you doing?
There we go.
Yeah, can
Hi,
we go
what
up as
are
like
you?
character witnesses?
Good,
good.
good.
Oh my
Doing great,
god.
sweetie. Doing great.
Let me try to sit down side.
It
You
is
sounded
so
better,
weird
baby girl.
because
Sounded
I've
girl.
been here and I'm
Hi.
crying.
Who's gonna have
I feel
fun?
so much better.
Hey,
Hey, we're matching. What the heck?
Whoa, Johnny.
Really?
chill.
Or whatever.
Is he guilty or innocent? What do you think?
Johnny, I'm taking a picture that I'm sending
Yeah,
to the
that's
next
nice.
one.
Corrupt
Peeking
Wow.
at it all.
Now let's sit.
I'm taking a
Hold on.
poll
means we
just to
know
see
how
what
to
everybody
do it.
There's
thinks.
an open bench over here.
Of course,
Third
of
eye,
course,
it
of course.
sits you
Oh,
in the
no, come
middle.
on.
Wait, can I jump over
Zion,
this
you
bench?
smell.
Not bad.
Phone, phone.
Hi, Zion.
Heyo.
You can make it over.
Wait, where's
Buddy.
Zion?
Hold on, let me just.
Over
This guy
here,
over
bottom left.
Oh, hi Zion, I see you.
Hey, how's this
Yo.
judge? Is he a mean
Ignore
judge?
Dexter. He's near my brother and he
Hi,
thinks he's
Grandpa.
me. I don't know.
Hi.
Just push me over.
Anybody, anybody get a history on the judge?
Hi, Eddie on the floor.
Just walk towards me.
I like the floor.
Mikey, why are you sitting on my
That's not
lap?
working.
Dude.
Am I?
Just
What
on someone's lap.
Are
buddy.
you
Oh, it's
doing,
okay.
Karma?
Jesus.
In public?
I kind of
You
fucked up
just
by
shoved me.
it.
You're
In
sitting
public?
on
Beat
Chloe and
you.
I's knees.
Hey, look at those legs. Holy
support
shit.
them.
It is comfortable, yeah.
Derek picked
Hey.
everything up.
Chill.
Support
Hey,
them.
baby
Sorry.
girl.
Gotcha.
Handcuff
Put
me.
me on your
Hey.
lap.
Rocco's so alone. Rocco, do you need a friend? I'll sit with you.
Hey, is this
Come sit
judge a
here.
good judge? Anybody
Wait.
know? What's up?
Oh shit. I don't know the judge.
Yeah, you could sit just.
You don't know the judge?
You can
Have
like,
Rocco
know the
grab
DA, but I don't know
Think
the
right?
judge.
I wonder if
Ass
it's
back.
huge Uranus.
Which one?
I was just
Oh,
my knife on me.
Oh, whoa.
Whoa.
Excuse me.
Whoa,
No, no.
What?
What?
Whoa, wait, what?
What?
Excuse me?
What happened?
Let me through.
Whoa.
Nothing,
I
nothing.
will air this
Time and
bitch out.
place
Stop
for
playing.
What are y'all doing over there?
They let me keep
No, they're having a Nerf gun war.
This is not my responsibility.
I did
They
not
let me
smuggle
keep
in
my fire
5
extinguisher. I'll
Molotovs
air
for
this bitch
nothing.
out right now.
5? Only
Not
5.
afraid of
Hi, guys.
Johnny,
I'm not afraid
Johnny,
of
I
it.
will steal
Is
your
it gonna
clothes
work
again.
or?
please.
Mikey,
I
you are
remember
now
that.
sitting
I'd like to
on
see his
the aisle
chest.
for me.
Fuck it.
Uh-oh,
The first
uh-oh.
time I've stolen all your
Uh-oh,
clothes
uh-oh.
and made you run outside.
Oh, all right,
Oh,
Oh,
maybe.
wait, steal my
Why
clothes.
does he
I'll run
have a
outside.
sledgehammer?
All right. They're with the judge, man.
Sledgehammer.
Could y'all talk any fucking louder?
Where's friend?
We can't.
Could you talk any louder,
Yes,
sir?
yes, I could actually.
Listen,
Stupid
y'all,
bitch.
you the one yelling.
Oh,
That's right,
You
that's
yelling.
right.
Why you
right.
use your damn?
Why you yelling?
Big
All
body ass.
All right, order in the court.
Order.
Let's get hit with this band hammer out here, all right?
Oh, pepper
all
spray.
right.
For the Honorable Mr. Jones.
All
Judge
right.
Where's Frank?
All right, all right. Free Frank.
All right, today in this courtroom, you get
Yep.
2 strikes. One's a
Thank-
warning, the second one you get thrown out on your keister, all right?
What's the keister?
All right,
I
you all
like
can be
my
seated.
keister.
You all can be seated.
I like that big hammer.
Could he explain keister for me?
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to
What the fuck?
have representation of
Sit down.
the
I'm trying.
defendant against the state. First off, we'll be leading the opening statements by the prosecution. If you want to go ahead and give your opening statements.
Free Frank.
Oh my god.
Frank up here.
Thank you, Your Honor. As you know, today we're here for the state versus Frank Biggs
shit.
in
I'm so
regards
sorry.
to charges involving 3 attempts of a attempted murder of a police officer.
3 attempts, you say?
3 attempted murder of a police officer, reckless evading ×3, hostage taking, obstruction of justice, aiding and abetting, aggravated assault on public servant ×2, and accessory to kidnapping ×2 and assault. These charges will be gone over during the presenting of evidence from the state. But that does mean that we're here today for approximately 410 months in jail, and the state is asking $18,200 in fines. Your Honor, Counselor Riggs and people of the court, we are here today in the case of State of San Andreas versus Frank Biggs, which I will refer to as the defendant going forward.
Free the defendant.
The defendant is facing some very serious charges, but the most egregious of acts was taking an officer hostage, holding him to get a vehicle back, a property, and then even leaving an officer dead at the cemetery.
Oops.
Oops.
I will
Sorry.
prove this beyond a reasonable doubt that Mr. Biggs was indeed part and perpetrator of this act.
I believe it.
The
Mhm.
officer in question was Officer James Pham. He was found by officers at the cemetery in an open grave. I have photos to show that the defendant was also in said position that will be brought into court as the evidence. The defendant himself posted photos throughout the evening that shows without a doubt from his own hands that he did commit this crime. The defendant's vehicle, along with known associates, was seen on a different incident where 2 officers were being kidnapped. That would be Deputy Chief Jordan McKell and Officer Matthew Lewis.
Damn,
At
Frank.
that point, the officers drove by Legion Garage after the officer was taken, and Officer Bosch then saw the individuals holding the Deputy Chief and Officer Lewis at gunpoint at Legion Square. They proceeded to attempt to get the officers back, but they didn't receive an information that they were down. They were at the meatpacking plant, and at that point, the Deputy Chief was flat backed, and the Officer Lewis was incapacitated, but not completely dead. So during his dying declaration, and if you would like, I can give the court a definition of that. Frank Biggs, he did name Frank Biggs as the person who did this to him. Officer Bosch then proceeded with Lieutenant Halsey, Officer, Mike Jones, Officer Casey Pierce, and Officer Nick Hendricks to take evidence from that scene so that we can come to court today. Finally, on February 5th, Frank Biggs was seen at Stroke Masters. So the officers then arranged a group of people to bring into the defendant into custody. Because the state had received an approval for an asset seizure warrant of his vehicle, a Dodge UG Daily, that was used in the perpetration of these crimes as well as other crimes throughout the city. Because this is a small tire drag car, according to the owners of the drag shop, they have been told that they are not to use these vehicles in this manner, or that even the drag shop will repossess them after a warning and up to a 5-day impound. This vehicle has been impounded numerous times. It was released for James Pham, even though they did kill him in the end, or attempt to kill him in the end. At that point, with the approval for the vehicle, they PD and took an MRAP. Other units followed to also go down to Stroke Masters because there was confirmation he was there to take him into custody. However, the defendant fled in a green vehicle, a green truck, which at the time he ran over Officer Harry Bosch. And during that chase, in the order of trying to incapacitate the vehicle, also endangered and rammed the Corvette of Officer Nick Hendricks.
Oh, shit.
His vehicle was rammed several times, and the MRAP did attempt to disable the vehicle because of its danger to society. At that point, once they were back around Stroke Masters, the defendant jumped out of the vehicle and got into another personal vehicle and fled. The officers did lose him at that point in time. However, not long after, his counselor, Paco Rings, met with myself and officers at MRPD, and I discussed with him the safe and peaceful surrender of his client and the asset so that we could avoid any further turmoil in the city.
Good move.
Counselor Rings then spoke with his client and convinced him to come in and speak with us at MRPD. I personally led the interrogation. I personally led them down to interrogation, allowed him to speak with his client, and then advised him of the charges his client was facing. I was even more than willing to work within the 120-month state maximum for cell charges rather than take this to court. Long as
Frank Biggs! Where's Frank Biggs?
In the room.
Where's Frank Biggs?
Order in the court. Order in the court.
Thank God, Sean was here. Thank God, Sean was
Everybody,
here.
please. Stay
I was getting
seated.
scared for a second.
Somebody just
Sean's
committed
here.
mass terrorism.
What the fuck is that?
Here's my heart. If you could continue
You know
with
what?
your
I'll
opening
get
statement, please,
research.
everybody
I'm going
order in
to-
the court.
Probably the cops.
Thank you.
Don't go out,
As
man.
I said, I
Most
was willing to
definitely
negotiate with the 120 maximum sentence by the penal code rather than bring it to court where your honor can actually go over that state,
She said
as
penal.
well as work with the defendant to be released out and serve time as long as I got the vehicle back. Once this went on for almost an hour, he did also have, Mr. Rings did have the help of Counselor Todd York, who is the lead of public defenders. However, the defendant did fire him, which allowed Mr. Rings to have to negotiate by himself. Then he told us that the vehicle was up in Polito, and I had officers take Air 1 to confirm that the vehicle was there. It was not. At that point, I went into the interrogation and advised Mr. Biggs, as well as his counselor, that he would be remanded into custody until he complied with a court order seizing the vehicle. We did have, I believe, the chief of police and all the other officers escort him personally to Bolingbrook Penitentiary. I found out a bit later that he was no longer there, which is why a manhunt was organized the next day to find Mr. Biggs.
Oh, shit.
Prior to being able to go on a manhunt, a known associate of Mr. Biggs then committed an act of terrorism at MRPD, which is the same known associate that's been seen with him on other scenes, and almost killed Officer Nick Hendricks and the chief, Jake Jackal. Granted, Mr. Biggs is not facing these charges today, but this just shows a pattern of the organization in which he runs or is a part of. We want him to come in peacefully, so I spoke with his attorney. At that point, he agreed to come back in and to turn over the vehicle.
Down to the front.
Once we were at MRPD, I had officers check the public impound and the vehicle was there. They then transferred the vehicle to the PD impound, and I actually was very nice in my offer to the defendant and allowed him to go out on bond. The agreement was that he would have a GPS tracker on,
Good thing I did.
and that he would be on bond until we were able to come to court today. So, with that in mind,
It's the deep state.
I've tried everything I can to negotiate this peacefully so that we could attempt to get this matter resolved without having to come here today. So because of that, I am asking that the court find in favor of the state for the full fine and time and charges, as well as be notified that there is another search warrant because the vehicle that was seized is no longer in PD custody, and it will be found, and whoever has it will be facing about 150 months in charges. And we will execute that warrant after this trial today. I just wanted that on the record because of the fact that there could be pending charges from that are outside of this case. Thank you, Your Honor. I'm released to the defense.
Thank you, Ms. Maher.
Damn, Frank.
All right, Polka, if you can give out your opening statements for your defendant.
How's he gonna beat that shit?
Today, in the case of State versus Frank Biggs, my client has pled guilty.
Ma'am?
What was that?
Today,
What?
in the trial of the State versus Frank Biggs, my client has pled guilty.
Guilty.
He's pleading
Well,
guilty.
be damned.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
fucking
Yeah,
what?
you got me.
All the charges that Miss Maher
Wow.
Yeah.
wants to convict him
Yes,
of.
Your Honor.
I'm choking.
As my client has pled guilty today, turned himself in, and has been extremely cooperative on bond, I request the sentence to be reviewed for a reduced sentence from 410 months. I also request the fine to be reviewed and reduced from $18,200 if no vehicle is found within the search and seizure order.
Hey, yo.
We go.
Your Honor, may I?
Whoa.
1 second.
What?
Thank you.
This is getting good.
Paco, are you sure he wants to plead guilty on this, not even defend himself? You know, he could be a free man after this. He doesn't have to serve any jail time.
Right.
There's no
Yes, I'm sure.
Fight it. Fight
Yes,
it,
Your Honor,
Frank.
I'm sure.
All right. Well, you can go back to your bench, and we'll hear from
Thank you.
Fight
Miss
it, Frank.
Maher and Maher.
Your Honor,
Yeah.
I understand that the defendant apparently is now putting in a plea of guilty, but in regards to the reduced time and fine, I would like to state that the officers did attempt to speak with the defendant earlier today in order to serve the search warrant that you personally approved, and rather talk to them, which they asked him to get out of the vehicle. He fled from them and took them on a chase throughout the city. Therefore, at this point in time, he was not compliant with his bond at that point, because I did advise him that an officer could stop him, talk to him, and search him or pat him down at any point while he was still on bond, and that he was not to commit any crime and he was not to carry any weapon. Evading the police is a crime. Thank you, Your Honor.
Follow the rules.
Your Honor, may I speak?
Proceed.
That dude jumping off the table. Told you.
From my knowledge, my client was never chased by the police in order to go forward with this search warrant. From my knowledge, he was told by an officer that he had a search warrant, and they did not chase him. That is all I am aware of.
Miss Maher, do you have any
I have evidence to prove it, and I have officers here to testify that were part of that, including the assistant deputy, the deputy chief, Jordan McKell.
All right.
DNA.
Paco,
I would
if you
like
could
to
go
call
back
him
to
here.
if you can go back to your bench real quick, we'll just have a small testimony of this search warrant evidence, and we'll see if it's
Officer,
you
can
make out
someone
the
bring
He's right here.
Deputy Chief McHale to the stand?
Present.
Uh-oh. It's gonna get good.
Your Honor, I'd also be aware that Officer Bosch was part of the same incident. If you please take the stand, Deputy Chief.
bailiff. Can you make sure he takes his oath?
No, Mr. McHale, you swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth and the holy truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay, all right, good by me.
That was the quickest one I ever heard.
And
It's
you may
okay.
ask him some questions.
Deputy Chief McHale, will you please tell me what happened today, in your own words, from the time you left MRPD when I notified you that the search warrant had been approved till we are here today?
Yes, ma'am.
Here we go. Here we go.
So upon the issuing of the warrant, we located Mr. Biggs via GPS tether. He was in a vehicle speeding in a direction. We moved to intercept 4 units, including the investigating officer, Mr. Bosch. Upon confronting him, he refused to exit the vehicle, said to contact his lawyer. We told him that we were forwarding the warrant at that moment, and as a condition of his bond, he was to comply, in which they sped off. After giving chase, all 4 units, we had a priority call of a warehouse robbery, in which that took priority due to the potential loss of life.
Okay, Deputy Chief. So, although you did not fully chase him, he did flee from the police officers at the time when he was informed of his search warrant.
Yes, ma'am. He did flee. We pursued for, I would say, around about 5 minutes, and by that time, we had that priority call come in. We had to close out the chase.
When you said we, how many officers did you say were with you?
Yes.
We had 4 vehicles in total, including Mr. Bosch, myself, Lieutenant Halsey was also present.
And Officer Hank Jones. To my left, Your Honor.
And Cadet Bonet.
How long would you say this chase lasted? Do you have your lights and sirens on to make sure he knew that you guys were trying to pull him over?
Yes, Your Honor. Lights and sirens were enabled.
All right.
Your Honor, if you'd like, I can bring the investigating officer over who was the one attempting to serve the warrant.
That would be great if you could.
Certainly. Thank you, Deputy Chief. Sorry. Counselor Rings, do you have any questions for the Deputy Chief?
Yes, I do.
What do you think? You think he's guilty? Innocent? What?
Deputy Chief, do we have any evidence that it was Mr. Frank Biggs' vehicle and that Mr. Frank Biggs was driving the vehicle at this time?
So the individual was a passenger who was told to exit the vehicle. Per condition of his bond, he was subject to search by department personnel at any time we may come in contact with him. As we were working on a lawful warrant granted by the judge, we were well within our right to stop him and proceed with the warrant.
Were you given any positive ID from the suspect in the vehicle and the passenger?
Mr. Biggs had his mask removed and was speaking to us about contacting you, sir.
Oh.
And did you have a clear visual that you can show of Mr. Biggs in the passenger seat? Mr.
The
Biggs
windows
and
were
his
not fully
and his
tinted.
Mr. Biggs and his brother Leroy do look the exact same, as they are identical twins. They also sound the exact same.
I would say the issue of sounding same is more speculative. They don't sound the same, counselor.
And we do have body cam footage from Officer
would-
Bosch.
I would like to see the body cam footage, please.
I was
I
going to get
do-
to that once I called the witnesses.
I would like to see that body cam footage as well.
Certainly. But if I may, Your Honor.
Yes.
There was another situation, I believe, yesterday or the day before, where officers did speak with the defendant. They were able to pat him down. He knew the terms of his parole or his bond. He had no issue with them whatsoever. So I do know for a fact that he was aware that this is a condition upon his release. And I believe the deputy chief was the one that spoke with him at that time as well.
Yes, ma'am. That is correct. We did serve a search on him yesterday, day prior. Subject fully cooperated, and he was well within bounds knowing about his bond.
Excuse me.
If you would like, Your Honor, I can bring Officer Bosch up and he can testify and then send over body cam.
Nice suit, Bosch.
Please, Officer Bosch, please proceed to the bench. You're free to stand up there.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Your Honor.
Deputy Chief.
Oh, he's going down, dude. Damn it. Somebody get a conjugal visit. Cheap.
Bailiff?
Here he goes.
Ain't no Mr. Bosch, you want to swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but truth?
Damn right I do.
I go, me.
Hey, where's the Bible?
Go with me too.
Where's
For
the
real.
Bible?
Officer Bosch, do you indeed have body cam footage from earlier today?
I do.
While I'm questioning you, I wanted that on the record so that you could forward that information to myself, Counselor Rings, and to Your Honor, Justice Jones, please.
Understood.
Also, once you have completed that, will you please tell us in your own words what happened today, how you identified, and what transpired fully?
All right. Give me one moment while I get this sent over. How do y'all get that fire emblem? That's so cool. What is that dinging noise?
All right, give me a moment while I review this footage.
Oh boy. Excuse me.
Thank you, Mr. Bosch, for the video evidence.
Your Honor,
You're welcome.
I am not charging any specific charges for that unless this continues and there's another non-compliance with the search warrant. I just wanted the evidence stated so that you were aware of the break of bond before deciding on time and fine. Do you, Mr. Bosch, would you please, in a brief summary, now that the judge has seen the evidence, given your own words, a description for the gallery, what happened today?
Yes, so earlier today, we were advised that a seizure warrant has been issued that would allow us to search and seize a Dodge Charger UG Daily owned by Mr. Frank Biggs that was released unlawfully from the impound. Mr. Biggs was apparently there present at the time, and we have reason to believe that he was in contact with an officer who released that vehicle, thereby giving us reason to go and contact Mr. Frank Biggs in an effort to locate the vehicle that was unimpounded that was to be permanently seized. Mr. Biggs was being tracked by an anklet monitor that was attached to him knowingly days prior to when he was advised that he was on bond and was made aware that it was a condition of his bond. Upon locating him at the end of Jamestown Street on Little Bighorn, he was inside of a vehicle which I believe to be occupied by at least 3 male occupants. Mr. Biggs was not, in fact, the driver of that vehicle. However, Mr. Biggs was able to give directions and orders to the driver of the vehicle. Mr. Biggs spoke to us on the scene. He advised us to contact his attorney after numerous attempts to tell him that he needed to come with us and that it was a lawful order issued by a judge for him to come with us. He was advised that this was not a trick. He was going to court a mere 40 minutes later from our contact with him, and that there was no need for him to refuse to cooperate, and he would not be put in jail as a result. However, Mr. Biggs did not like to, was not interested in cooperating with us and instructed the driver of the vehicle after numerous attempts to gain his cooperation to drive off as stated, "I have better things to do." As he proceeded away at speed, he was monitored with the tracker in an attempt to catch up with him. And those efforts were in vain as a priority came up. We believe Mr. Biggs was traveling in well over excess of 100 miles an hour for the duration of our attempts to pursue him. We were unable to catch up to him traveling the same speeds.
Okay. Officer Bosch, as the lead investigating officer on this case and several others, and have been doing this for quite some time, do you know, in regards to the trackers, is there any way whatsoever that that tracker could have been confused for his brother?
Unless Mr. Biggs cut off his own leg that the tracker is securely attached to him on and traded it with his brother, I do not believe so. And Mr. Biggs also has a much deeper recognizable voice than his brother Leroy, who has a lighter, more raspy voice than Mr. Biggs.
Your Honor, I'd like it on the record that although they may not have said his name, the GPS tracker identifies the defendant as being at the scene at the time of the video that was sent to you.
Oh, shit.
That is undeniable proof.
Damn China. Technology.
Officer Bosch, thank you for your testimony. Counselor Rings, if you'd like to ask any questions.
Go ahead and proceed with cross-examination, Paco, if you will.
Officer Bosch, is it possible that you or any other officers could have confused Mr. Biggs' tracker with another person that is usually occupied near him?
No, sir. Your client is the only individual who has a tracker that was located at that scene.
What? Sorry. Shit. Damn it. Sorry, Carmen. Muscle spasm.
As we know, is it? Or let me ask you this: is it possible that a Jake Rao was also in the vehicle?
I am unaware of that.
As Mr. Jake Rao does also have a tracker operated by you and monitored by you.
However, we were not tracking a Mr. Jake Brown.
Just when I thought it was over.
The trackers have identification numbers.
Yes, it'd be very difficult to confuse Jake Rao with Mr. Biggs, especially when I specifically stated for Mr. Biggs upon arriving to exit the vehicle.
I have no further question.
Your Honor, may I ask just one final question, please?
You guys ready for closing statements?
May I ask just one final question, and then I will be, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Officer Bosch,
Yes.
I do know for a fact that there's 4 people with GPS monitors right now, including the terrorist, or alleged terrorist, Jake Rowe. However, based on the information I was given, every GPS has its own RFID and individual tracker and cannot be confused with another. Is this correct?
Yes, ma'am. That tracker is specifically linked once it is hooked up to that individual to its own tracking device. Therefore, it is not possible to confuse Mr. Rao's tracker with Mr. Biggs' tracker unless it was made intentionally.
What is their 2 tracker numbers, if you don't mind me?
So in the database system of the police MDT, individuals who are logged in our MDT systems through their license are given a number from the state, which includes anything from numbers 1 through 0 all the way up to including the alphabet, and it's a mixture of numbers and alphabetical letters mixed in. I can tell you that Mr. Rowe's numerical his citizen identification number that is listed in the MDT is significantly different than Mr. Biggs and would therefore be very difficult to confuse the 2.
I got you on tracker.
Any further questions?
So, just to reiterate, outside of cutting off his own leg,
Mic
which would
off.
put him in vice robe bleeding out, there is no way you could confuse the trackers.
Negative, ma'am. No way.
Thank you. No further questions for Officer
Mic
Bosch.
on.
Thank you, Mr. Bosch. You can have a seat.
Good job, expert witness.
All right, would the prosecution like to have their closing statements, closing remarks?
Thank you, Your Honor. Based on the evidence presented here today and presented on the case files, since we did not actually call all of the witnesses and the defendant pled guilty to those charges, I am asking for a verdict of guilty in all charges, and I'm asking for full time and fine and cooperation in getting back the Dodge UG Daily. I want it on the record that if it is known to be found with Mr. Biggs or a known associate of Mr. Biggs and can be tracked in any way to him, that he will be also be experiencing charges for accessory to government corruption, aiding and abetting in government corruption, evidence tampering, obstruction of justice, violating a court order, and conspiracy against the government. Therefore, I will also go after a RICO charge, RICO, look it up, in regards to his organization and every
That's
member
crazy.
of it.
She thought that
Poor
shit out of
guy.
there, bro. Don't
Thanks to the terrorism outside of MRPD.
look.
I only need 2 racketeering charges, and this courtroom today proves it.
Ooh.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Maher.
She for real hit him with the RICO charge.
She
Goddamn.
went on cap.
Based on the
dog.
evidence, and my client has pled guilty to the, I still do request his final sentence and final fine will be reviewed to a lower amount. My client has agreed to going to every single garage, like the warrant states, and making sure that he does not have possession of the UG Daily. I request that his fine will be below the $18,200 requested by the state, and his sentence will be below the 410 months.
What would you recommend for those fines and months? 409, 18.1, or anything below? Do you have a specific number you would want your client?
I would like the months. I would like the time down to 300 months with a $15,000 fine.
All right. At this time, I will review my notes. I will go over all the evidence, and I will come up with a verdict here in about 5 minutes. The court is now in recess. Feel free to talk, walk around. Be back here in 5. Thank you, guys.
Oh, there it is, bitch.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That shit was good, man.
Do it.
Damn, free
If you go
Frank!
outside, you gotta be first when you come back.
Free Frank.
Remember that.
Cavity searchers on the way back in, boys and girls.
You go outside, you have to be first coming back in.
people outside, boss.
Attention, everybody. We will be
Well.
providing a ride back to the depot.
I'll be damned.
Is it
I
over?
don't want to ride. I
Or is
just
there a
want
break?
money.
Oh, free
Damn.
bus
There's a
ride.
recess.
I want money, man. They messed up.
My
They messed up my
car's
car,
fucking
dude.
Give me some money for it. Like, jeez.
So what do y'all think, man? Y'all think he's
I
guilty,
don't know.
innocent?
I
What's
don't know.
up?
Shitty ass cop car. I do that enough.
Hey, Sarah.
Man, they hit him with the fucking Rico.
I know,
She's
dude.
good.
I mean, she pulled that shit out of
She
that.
scared
Where
me.
did Frank go?
Dude, I didn't know that was coming.
He went outside.
Yeah.
That's
I
like
see
the
some.
definition of fuck around and find out.
Hey, dude, I've been to
the
3
full
goat.
fucking extent of the law.
I've been to 3 county fairs, 3 goat
That is
fuckings. Ain't never heard nothing like that.
God
Yeah.
bless.
I mean,
Once
she
we're done,
pulled
no
that
one
shit
Smoking
out.
talks.
here.
What is
Next
the
time I
Rico?
get
Can we
asked,
look
I'm
it
just
up?
gonna do it.
How do we spell
What are
it?
you gonna do,
How'd
find
she
me?
say? RICO? Is that what she said?
Not gonna lie, I was about to fall asleep during that.
Dude, how
Shit,
could
I
you
don't know
fall
how you did. I
asleep,
was on the edge
dude?
of my damn seat.
What the
So
fuck?
was old Darren here, literally.
I mean, you know, I don't have no nails left.
Pushed me.
I can't have pushed him. So
Yeah.
I don't know, the
No,
guy
no,
in the
no,
back cocked your ass. So I
Hey, Alzheimer's.
No, but at first,
I don't remember
Aaron
nothing.
pushed me literally into Johnny's
I don't remember
lap.
nothing.
I'm
Don't
like, hey,
remember
you
No,
nothing.
I
know.
thought that was intentional.
Oh, I thought
What?
it was planned.
No.
Oh,
What?
Wow.
Nothing's
That's
planned.
Pick up
crazy.
Like that's a
room.
bad thing? Like, come on.
nothing's planned. We're all sitting here.
You show a little affection and love. Damn.
Hey, he looks like a penguin. Look at him. A penguin.
I wish I would have got the fucking memo. Maybe dress up a little nicer. But
Yeah,
shit.
you gotta look
Here we
nice.
are. Here we are.
Yeah, here we are, man. Hey, sir.
I mean,
how
I
you
just
doing?
showed up in my normal stuff until Sammy called me out for it, and I was like, you know what, fuck this, I'm going to get a suit.
Because you're supposed to look nice.
You're supposed to be
And
presentable,
now I
man.
do.
Not being a
late
brown
anyway,
khaki
so-
jacket or anything like that, you
Yeah.
know? Being
I mean,
something presentable.
I'm here, so there's that.
See, there's that. Well, we only had 5 minutes, and I've used up 4 talking. So
You got
Yep.
aviator sunglasses. I
I
mean,
had to. I'm sorry.
I don't know what's up with that.
Oh, damn it.
I don't
no,
know
what's
up with
going on?
that, dude.
Yeah, I missed
Yeah.
something on the Twitter.
And the tweets.
Sorry, I was going with the good cop, bad cop tactic, I guess.
Oh,
Or
no. You
non-profit
got the short hair,
organization.
man. You're the good cop. We know.
I'm looking pretty shit.
Yes, of course, the Mandinos are always non-profit.
Non-profit? Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
we're like Newman's Own. 100% to kids.
And the cartel turned to Jehovah's
Newman's
Witnesses.
Own.
Oh
Amen.
boy, I'm sorry. Oof.
Mic off.
Okay, what's the mafia turning into then?
Mic on.
It's where all a clusterfuck.
Okay. Good.
Ordained ministers.
Oh,
Oh God.
You guys
I
do
think I
realize
guess it's
that
in
everything
Mafia.
recorded in here, everything in here is recorded, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
we're
fine.
Say anything
We are
bad?
good
What did you
citizens.
say?
Just making
We have
sure-
never done
yeah.
anything wrong in
Okay,
our
just
life.
making sure.
What did you say?
The
Yeah.
cartel is short for car details.
What did you
Oh,
say?
okay.
I mean, I'm just trying to figure
Well,
out
my
what
Mini
you're talking
Cooper just got blown up, so it's gonna need some detailing.
about. Oh, yeah, we
Hey,
all
Welcome to the
got
club
any
because
details.
my bike is blown up.
Free Frank.
I'm pretty sure my car's blown up too.
So nobody like your car anyways.
Nope.
Wow.
Hey,
I showed up
Dexter.
in my fanciest car, not even my motorcycle.
Hey, Dexter.
That was your fanciest
Your
car.
socks don't match.
Oops. For now.
We used to talk about that.
These boys fuck.
Don't worry.
just
I'll
gonna
have
say
a
it.
better car sometime soon.
I
Yeah.
called it from the
Once I get the
get-go.
money.
This is
Look,
why I
look.
did not bring the
Oh,
expensive car because I
yeah,
figured
going
something
all
was
way.
gonna happen.
Dexter's socks don't
Same.
match.
You know there's a garage,
Fast.
You don't teach us
Do
those
I look
things.
like I use garages? Because I don't.
right? I'm just saying, there's a garage here.
You didn't tell us that.
Do I look like I know where shit is? Because I don't.
Hell no.
Yeah, I'm
There's
here.
there's a garage here.
Come with me fast.
Yes.
Where the
Yeah,
fuck
good
is
thing I
garage?
didn't drive.
Fucking
Look at
Myers?
Bosch, man. He's all
Sorry, Paco.
dressed up and shit.
All
Do you
good.
see that?
Doors are hard.
Fucking
Doors are
doors.
hard. Hi, man. Hey.
You shut up over there, keeper.
I've never done it either.
I didn't say nothing. I was talking
Mr.
about
Paco, could you
Dexter's
follow my
socks.
reporter?
Socks don't match.
I want a sledgehammer.
I am loving the baby.
Same.
This is the favorite part.
How do you get the fire,
I got some
man?
reconstruction I gotta do in my house.
I want to do that fire. That's
Maybe you
cool.
can hire him to come fix my house.
And listen, I don't
You know what they
want to
say?
get
Fire
arrested. bitch.
emojis, man.
Oh, no, you did not come at me with that. You come at me with that, didn't you? You son of a bitch.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, yep, that's me.
You got any taco fajitas on you?
Allegedly.
Allegedly?
You have food.
And then I got a slushie.
Oh, can I have a slushy? Oh, we can do
Hold
that,
on, I'm
Nico.
drinking this one first.
Does anybody
It's on
have
the
an
top.
extra?
Yeah.
I got
I
watermelon.
got one
so
left.
if
I'm
anybody
I'm
needs any.
selling it for 20 grand.
Yeah.
Oh, you can have
Oh,
these.
are you really?
Do you need some?
Yeah. Do you need
I
some?
need.
No, I'm good.
At least.
I just
Okay.
gave Steve coffee beans.
Oh,
I'm gonna sit back here and get
That
drunk and
shit
listen to
hold
this
me
verdict,
over.
That's
man. What do y'all
happens when
think?
you work for the Frijoles now.
Lord.
You think she's gonna bring down anything, man, or you think she's gonna keep it
She's
stout?
gonna bring down the motherfucking house.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't think.
Ah.
I don't
Johnny,
know.
you smell.
I do not.
It's his
Yeah,
hat.
yeah.
It's
If
his hat.
if I throw a Molotov in
Yeah,
here
Johnny,
right now,
you smell.
the smell of burning bodies is gonna smell. Okay.
Burning bodies. That's
Bet you
not.
won't.
Just
You know-
remember,
Bet you
it
won't.
does record all conversations.
You know
Yeah.
what the
Just
most
throwing it back
impressive
out there
part
again.
is the fact that if you somehow have a fiery
Yeah.
bottle,
Yeah.
that thing was shoved up your butt.
Up his keister.
Right? Like that
Say it
has to
again.
up your ass.
Right up his keister.
I have a
Well,
vote.
you know what? He should be used to it. He has oranges shoved up there.
I was gonna
Oh,
say it's from you
Sorry
guys
to get
shoving
those
oranges
taken
up
out.
there.
fruit
I
bowls.
thought that was
Anyone
just
need food?
Yeah, I'll take food if you got it. Come on, man. Free
Hell
food.
Some
yeah.
bananas up there
Sharon.
too, Johnny, if you want.
Do you have a 9mm?
Grit thing.
1911? I'll take those.
What did he just say?
He's just spouting
What
shit.
did he say?
The fuck? I actually have no idea where
Thank
that
you,
came
sir.
from.
I was just wondering if he had
You know,
extra.
I-
1911.
I think Kiefer
So-
should get
Y'all,
thrown
y'all
out.
good on food?
What?
This is
Record.
The number one frijoles
I
here.
don't want to be
Frijoles!
sitting next to you.
Like Cliff Street.
Frijoles.
I didn't do nothing, man. Why I get thrown out for?
Because you
What
stink.
haven't you done?
I didn't do nothing, man. I even took a shower a minute ago.
No, you
A
didn't.
minute ago.
How's it
That's
been?
a lie.
Yeah, I didn't see you leave.
Oh, you
I
weren't
mean,
looking.
in general,
What's going on
Unless,
there?
you know, you're doing it back here when no one was looking.
I went to the
Oh,
judge's
TikTok or
chambers,
something,
man.
Mark? Watch
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey, boss,
Actually, I was
where's my
watching
lunch
clips
money?
You
from
hear?
Friday Night.
Hear the
Smash.
water? I
Where's
broke
my
the
lunch
pipe,
money, boss?
y'all. You hear that?
Listen,
I broke
it's
the
been a good
pipe.
week, all right?
I know you
ready?
have it. You could afford a new suit.
Y'all talking shit.
That's a pretty
I've
classy
had
suit,
this
though.
cash.
He ain't got no
I've had this
cufflinks.
suit.
He ain't got no cufflinks. He
I want your
sucks.
shoes then.
I can't give you my shoe.
Yeah, you can. After court,
Here.
you can.
It wouldn't fit you.
No, they
Doesn't
won't fit
matter.
nothing.
Sell 'em.
She could wear her shoes inside of
I'll buy
her
'em.
shoes.
Right?
There you go.
All right.
That's about the value of my shoes.
Oh, that dude looks like he's injured.
Sir, you gave
Look
me
out.
$13. What the fuck am I gonna do with this?
Yeah.
What the
Well,
fuck?
that's how much
That
I bought
dude's
the
got
shoes
fruit.
for from the thrift shop.
He's got
Oh,
fruit.
okay.
Good
Oh,
one.
right.
What the fuck?
Damn,
I
I would have
can
paid
move.
hundreds
We're
for that.
Macklemore
if
up
you
in
said
here.
that.
No.
Hey, don't worry, Steve. I got you after court.
Hey, where's the drug shop at? Anybody
I
know?
want you to know that those bikes that are outside, those are Widowmakers outside. Those bikes that you posted, those.
What?
Wait, there's still a thing here?
Yeah, those are
Widowmakers
those are their
here?
bikes. Those are their bikes outside.
Are you?
They're probably car bombing everybody. Get back at us.
Car bomb.
themselves?
I do to them.
I got good
Apparently there's a
insurance.
garage no one decided to tell me about.
That's the alleged thing I've heard.
Right?
I didn't
Allegedly, there's a
drive.
garage.
I didn't
That's
have
where.
maps.
That's where.
Three-seater Winkies are at
Hey,
out
hang
there.
on. I've never seen you drive. You have a car?
I hope the Winky out there is fine.
Who's pulling their winky out?
I'm sorry, I'm old. It's so
Okay.
heavy.
Well,
Who
I'm
pulled it
sure
out?
is.
Put that thing
I
back
don't know
up.
who that
Excuse
guy
me,
is.
is that a mask in the courtroom? That's what I thought.
Excuse me, is that a mask in the courtroom?
Wow, that's
Oh,
crazy.
That was a good one. That was a good one, sir.
Excuse me, Mr. Hernandez?
That was good. Ooh, he
Excuse
calls
me?
you by your name. He knows you.
You're excused.
Which Hernandez are you talking to?
Yeah, there's like 5 of them.
Exactly.
I'm talking to all of them.
All of them.
They multiply.
They can suck my ass.
I thought that one of them was dead, to be honest with you. What the fuck?
His ass
How'd
Bosch,
that
he
guy
likes
come back
touching
to life?
people.
Like actually,
Bosch likes touching people.
Y'all
What?
do some
Talk about
satanic
that, bro.
ritual shit or something?
What's that?
Chico, what the hell did you just say?
What?
Charge
Family is in danger.
Oh,
Yo.
alright. Yeah, you probably don't want to say that in
Listen.
here. This is the
Okay.
last place you want to say
don't
it.
think-
Well, actually,
Hey,
the
Chico,
second
Bosch-
worst
Bosch
place.
might be
the
able to
school
help
is-
you with
the
that.
school is the
No, no,
first
no, no.
worst place.
Bosch will
Chico.
definitely touch you.
Hey, he
You
looks
don't-
like
you
he
don't
been
want the
touched.
crap
If you want to
from
be
Bosch.
touched, walk
Like
outside
a
and then
permit.
walk
Bosch
back
has a
into the
clown.
building.
That's crazy.
Is
Bosch
it called
doesn't have-
frisking?
That's what I heard from Lewis.
Outside.
Bosch
can cuff me anytime.
Ooh, is it called frisking or risking?
Hey, down
You
the
got a
line,
thing for
so
like
you know
old
they're
dudes or
recording what
what?
we're saying.
Nah, Bosch
Oh,
has
are
a
they?
thing for him, actually. Yeah.
That's what they said.
Oh, I missed that.
Just going with it.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing?
Cute.
Thanks, man. I just combed my mustache.
Did you comb it?
I love that. I'm gonna touch it later.
What the fuck?
You gonna touch me now?
Hey, that was recorded.
Use promo code Pike69 on Manscaped to get 10% off.
Oh,
Hey, yo.
Imagine.
Yo.
I mean, Valentine's Day is coming up, guys.
that's what I'm talking about.
Or don't you mean
ladies? Because Manscaped's more for guys.
That was more reference for everybody.
I don't give a fuck.
I
Whoever
think
uses
we
that
should
promo
distract
code,
this
I don't give a
cop.
shit.
That's right. Get
Yeah,
money.
man, money's money.
Money's money. That's right. Hey, look here, man.
Ain't nobody
Height
dog shit.
69.
Hey, you
So-
got a manscape in the heart, man.
Question this
You
part
know,
right here.
I got a what?
You got a manscape
your
with a
jacket's
heart.
looking real nice right now.
Not
cut
my
your
knowledge
hair.
knows.
You cut all your
Yeah,
bush
you're
down and make it
looking
look
real
like a heart.
nice after court.
Oh,
Put your
yeah.
shit back on.
Maybe next
You
year.
wanna see all that
Valentine's
shit?
Day, dude.
I
You,
do.
you got a
Maybe
bikini
next
wax,
year.
I highly advise you put your shirt back on.
Brazilian wax.
Take-
Make it
take
look
the
like a
rest
heart.
What they gonna do?
Hold on, what the fuck?
there
That's
goes
your
the
brother.
time.
Hold up. Let
Oh, you see
Making
what
sure
I'm
you
saying?
see it.
Making sure finally,
Free
finally
Frank,
everybody
free
can
Frank.
fucking see him for who he is.
This is being on a
Hands
recorded
up,
line,
Frank.
sir.
Free Frank.
Chico, stop it.
Oh.
They are gonna listen to us, Nick. What the fuck?
He didn't do it all.
They're
He
gonna
did
listen to
something.
this
Free
bullshit.
Frank.
All you
Frank.
hear is Chico wanting to see Johnny naked.
Frank, come speak with me, please.
No.
Free Frank.
I heard he works
Isn't
with
this
the strip club
televised?
part-time.
I seen him.
That's
I
crazy.
still work at the
Good
strip
luck,
club.
Frank. Good luck, buddy.
I'm the
As a
greatest
bartender.
stripper in this room.
I was supposed to say.
I'm just gonna be a
right.
bartender. I ain't fucking stripping.
He's all nervous, man.
Do it. I
That's
don't
your
believe you.
daughter's job.
He got this shit, man.
Did you just say that's my daughter's job?
Ooh, she'll
Well,
beat you.
Just think if he had
That's
Judge
what
Mathis.
Yeah, she's a bartender.
Oh.
Well, I
shit.
wouldn't be surprised if she fucking starts stripping.
Judge Judy,
Nah,
Judge
that's not
Mathis.
happening.
I'm
Oh,
surprised
goodness.
you're not stripping, Rocco, since you keep complaining about having no money.
Wow.
Hey, I made it quite a
Called
few bucks.
him out like that.
Wow, he's
What?
saying she like he
Yeah.
told,
Yeah.
man.
I look forward to.
Let's just say I
We
put
gonna
my little
handle it.
cowboy suit
Man,
and, you know, dance a
look at
little.
her, dude. She's
Oh
tough.
my.
I don't want to go
I'll give
against
you
her.
$1 to put it back on.
That woman throws the
Well, I
book at
need
me,
more than
man.
$1.
Yeah,
I'm retired.
$1 put your damn clothes back on.
Put it back on. Shit, I'll take it.
Took my fire extinguisher because I'm
I
apparently going
bet
to
I
beat
got
everyone
you
with
for
it.
$1 right now.
I have my clothes on right now. That makes sense.
Yeah, you need to put more layers on.
Damn.
Oh
Hey.
god, big puffy jacket.
Is that
Whatever.
Coolio?
It's too hot.
Eddie, you need a hat.
Hey, is that Coolio?
Fuck no.
So fucking cool.
I think I'm gonna get rid of this beautiful hair for a hat.
Hell yeah.
It's
Yes.
the party, party.
Get a top hat like me.
Jeez, Steve, why'd you send me so much money?
There you go. There you go, Eddie.
I got it like that.
broke as hell.
What's
No,
up,
no, send you
Coolio?
money,
Shit,
Chico,
is that for,
after having to hear what we
Steve,
just
is
heard.
that for me to actually dance?
No, it's just I was tipping my hat to you, all right?
I got $2
to my name. That's crazy.
Who got $2?
Why?
Who got $2?
I'm not lying.
Who got $2?
No, I just fully up. I bought 3 trucks.
3 trucks, bro. You need to get your life. You need to get your life priority
You
straight.
barely drive one truck.
Okay, and I still got money.
Okay.
At least I'm not selfish.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm not selfish because I don't want to give you money. Get your own dang money.
That's not what I'm saying.
Damn, this
Hey,
shit's coming
when
out
was the
court.
last time you bought
wanna buy me a
something?
car? Hey, actually, she bought me a car.
Look, this shit's coming
She
out
actually
court.
When
bought
was
me
the
a
last
car
time you
not too long
bought
ago.
something?
This shit's on court. Check this out.
Eddie and Athena. Next question.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Smoking.
Oh shit.
Literally, like, not too long ago. I literally got
Not
Eddie
even
that
like
fucking
a
mini.
week ago.
Yeah. So.
Why are people allowed to smoke in here, but I can't have my fire extinguisher?
Less of a hazard.
There shouldn't be anybody smoking in here.
I'm sorry. What?
Oh, no, there was nobody smoking here.
Really stressed
Oh wait, no,
out
they're
right
not
now.
smoking. Never mind.
Cold.
You shouldn't be smoking.
Look
There's
bad
no
for you.
smoking.
Put
I
that
don't
out.
see no smoke.
No, you shouldn't be smoking in general, let alone in a courtroom.
Not in a courtroom.
No, I just wanted to cool my lungs, you know.
What
See?
one of your boys over there, Steve?
Jump. You got a spider.
Not in that city.
There you go.
I can't see the chairs.
Mm.
That's
Hey, pop your head, come back. Pop your head, come back.
Tackle him.
I can't see anything.
Yeah, he needs to get tackled.
Darren was on Walter's lap.
No. No.
My,
Tackle him and
my.
take his shoes.
You're wrong.
Hey, Darren.
Do you see how quick he grabbed him up?
Oh,
Oh, whoa.
Oh, not in court.
You got knocked the fuck
Not in
out.
court.
I'm gonna be honest,
I
there's
wouldn't
more
take
action
that
back
if I were you.
here.
Yeah, dude. What's up the
Must
back?
have a banana up your ass.
Oh,
I tried.
Holy goddamn.
a dried banana?
Hey,
Ooh.
simmer
Ooh.
down,
Ooh.
simmer down.
A dried banana?
Hey, you two get a cuddle
Good
next.
job, officer. Good job.
Good job, good job.
Am I staying on, Sheriff?
You good now?
Very
You
nice
good now?
mustache.
Yes, you're on the bench.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Hey, thank you.
What are you going to do with that mustache?
Back to blue.
Ah, here comes the best officer, Sarah.
Who's this?
That's facts.
What? What happened?
Max.
Everybody loves Sarah.
Look at them legs.
She looking fine.
Please stop staring at people's legs.
I can't help it.
Did I say that out loud?
Someone tells me you're not
Real
a
loud,
tattoo
That's not
lover,
recording.
you know?
I mean, look at them legs, dude.
You
I
really gotta
expect
stop.
that out of Keith.
They go up to make an ass out of themselves.
Oh my god, why did I agree to sit next to you?
Because you love me, bro. Gangsta party, party.
We allowed to flake up in here?
No, Chico.
No, it's just the
Careful,
three of us
Walter.
on this
I'll-
one
I'll
bench. We kind of look
expose you.
cute.
We can't flick up in here?
Anybody have any cocaine?
What?
What?
Hey,
is
that
all
man's
this?
smoking in here.
I think I have a little bit, Johnny. Let me check.
Has Prop 28 passed yet? Then we could talk.
Actually, no, I just have my
He
thumb
said
in,
has
sorry.
it passed.
Shit, that's not good. That's not my flavor.
Medicinal
Damn, I
cocaine.
just got heroin on
It's
me.
medicinal, guys. Relax. Medicinal meth.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Medicinal.
I gotta try that out.
It's just
Well,
candy.
he's gonna hit you with that sledgehammer again.
Uh-oh.
You need to snort pop rock.
Yo, he's
You better
knocking him
sit
out
down,
right
buddy.
now.
Big fan of the
Kind of
Baylor.
really
Yes,
looks
you're
like a
safe.
oink
Yes, you're
oink.
safe.
Oink, oink.
I really want that
God
big
damn
hammer.
it.
Can we do like a raffle or something?
Hey, yo, boss for commissioner?
That's a huge hammer.
The fuck?
Pop rocks. Pop, 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 pop.
Excuse me? That's crazy.
I'd rather see Sarah as
Oh, my fault,
commissioner.
my fault.
Yeah.
Huh? What?
I don't even trust Bosch as a normal
Sarah
physician.
doesn't
What's
even
his
know.
name?
I don't know what they're saying about me. This is awkward.
We want you
That
for
we
Only
love
commissioner.
good things.
Oh.
Yeah.
They said you're going on trial next.
Halsey for
Prize
president.
witness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this dude coming smoking. Look at
We
that.
have
Look
Sarah
at
for
this.
mayor.
Damn, bro. I think you might be a little stinky,
Denied.
brother.
Dude, his
There's a lot
chain's
of
better
smoke
than my
coming out.
chain. Look at that
Sarah doesn't
shit.
need to be anything. Sarah's happy
It's
being
just
what
the
she
gotta
is.
get me one of
turning.
those.
I am
You know what I'm
pleased
saying?
to serve the citizens of San Andreas.
What citizens?
I treat everybody the
Us.
same.
We're
That's
all
What if
robots.
I'm here
Oh,
illegally?
you got no drip. Stop.
Damn, it's been more than 5 minutes.
Right?
It's 5
I'm
minutes
about to
of
fall
court time.
asleep
Hey,
again.
hey, hey, hey! Somebody roll the
We're
joint
talking
tight.
time.
Easy,
Listen, they're
easy.
still on. Listen, the
That's
cameras are
50.
still on commercials.
Multiply by 10.
Okay, when they come back, we'll be here.
Hey, can we flick up in here?
Oh god, get ready.
They're getting Judge Mathis.
I don't see
Well-
any sign saying you can't.
Good God, that
Sean
dude's
Murphy
smoking
for
some
head of
spliff, bro. You see
Good
that?
lord.
God damn it. Keep pressing the wrong button.
She's lifting, y'all.
Just
Check on the outside.
Yo, Liv, you good?
Lou's not good.
so high
I
and mighty.
fucked up. I fucked up.
How many months he looking at, y'all?
420.
All of them.
420?
410. They want to reduce to 300.
Nope.
Down to
it's a joke.
300? Okay, okay.
Yo, you snore, bro?
Anybody gonna take bets?
What?
I'd say he
What
gets
the-
the full
Eddie,
extent.
wake up.
You think they're giving it all to him?
Yeah.
All right, so are we gonna take like a donation to help them get consular
Eddie, get up.
visits?
Think we could offer
Yeah, you can sit down.
We gotta help out
Are
Frank.
you-
y'all.
are you offering? Are you offering?
Hey,
It's cold in
I'm
here.
not fucking adopted.
I got 20,000 for the
That was
Frank
me
fund.
twice, adopt me.
Anybody got 20,000 for the Frank fund? Huh?
I'm her favorite.
Wait, I know why she want to adopt Eddie.
Need to warm up, man.
Okay,
Yeah,
why
wouldn't
is
be-
that?
A little personal.
It wouldn't be ethical.
Johnny and then Joey too.
Somebody's eating
You
Skittles.
can't see
Yeah,
anything
Chico.
No,
right
just
now.
take him.
technically get Chico
Just take
too.
It wouldn't be
Oh,
ethical.
really?
What are you guys being?
Can I go to jail now?
And then you would get 6 kids.
Oh hell no! I need to go
Who
to
you
jail. I
find-
ain't taking on no
who you
more
find?
kids. I already got 2 that forced
Because it'll
themselves
be the
on
4
me.
of y'all and then Alexis.
I bet you won't hit the judge.
And Alexis and Luna were like, "You're our mom." Now I'm like, I didn't sign up for this shit.
Hey, if anything, I would be a better child than both of them. You know that.
But then,
Does
but then
anybody get any
Alexis and
food?
Johnny
I'm
wouldn't be able to
about
do
to
it.
pass out.
Hey, Bubba needs a
stress
mom
right now, hold on.
figure.
EMS is outside.
What was that?
I
Bubba
got
needs
2
a mom
children by
figure.
force. I did not agree to that.
I got it. Thank you.
Oh shit!
I got hit by a car.
Sammy,
Can I
where
get
you
food?
Push, brother. I got you.
Scoot over. Get,
Yo, Tony, you want
get,
some?
get, go and get.
What?
Get off my bench.
Fucking Xavier pushed me.
Fuck you.
Wake up.
They got me
Whoa.
tripping, stumbling. Sammy can't even get through the door right now.
Do I smell some good shit in here?
I smell some good
I
shit
don't
up in
know.
here. Who's
Don't smell
skunk?
anything.
I don't want him alone.
I don't smell that.
Don't worry about
Somebody is skunking, bro. Just
I
saying.
just smell that blueberry's weird ass.
Who's
red
got the
hair up
whiskey?
there.
I smell
What's that?
whiskey.
it. Thank you, blueberry.
Ew.
Dude, why he got red hair like that?
Ew, that hair is so
Weird.
gross.
I think the judge is drinking.
Shit, oh, you getting lit?
It looks
Like,
greasy as hell too.
Are you finally coming back from recess?
Thank
I
you.
didn't.
Hold on.
I didn't even get to play
Yeah.
dodgeball.
Oh my
I'm
God.
That's what I'm
totally-
saying.
I didn't get my
Twitter.
turn on the teeter totter.
Teeter totter. That's what I'm talking
All
about.
right,
The
all
car is
rise
good.
for the honorable
He's about to
Judge
fall off.
Jones.
What's his name?
Nice. No, you didn't miss anything.
Thank you for everybody for attending. You guys all may be seated at this time.
Seated. Thank you.
With all the evidence and witness testimonies that have came forth this evening, and the original initial guilty verdict off the bat with the following charges of the search warrant that happened earlier. Originally, the charges were 410 months with an 18.2K fine. It has now been a plea deal that on the contempt or the agreement that Mr. Frank Biggs will seize his car that was used in the crime permanently to the LSPD, that he will receive only an amount of 350 months with a 30K fine. Additional fines were included after the original testimonies. You may stand up, Mr. Frank Biggs, and come to the bailiff here.
Oh,
We will
shit.
place you in handcuffs, and then at that time, you will hand over that car and then serve your time at the Bolingbrook Penitentiary.
Free Frank. Free Frank.
You know, turn around for one there, boy.
What the fuck?
He sounds so hot. Is that English?
I know your partner.
Thank you, Mr. Frank Biggs, for being cooperative this
Don't touch
evening.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, defendant and prosecution. You guys have been lovely.
He's going to
Court
jail,
is
y'all.
now dismissed. You guys are
No.
all free to go.
Do it, Zion. Do it.
Well, that was fun.
Finally.
Do it, Zion.
Yeah.
Do it, Zion.
Oh
Damn.
my god,
my
you keep
God.
yelling, I'm gonna beat your ass.
Free Frank.
Johnny, air it out.
Pull it
Johnny,
out,
air it
bro.
out.
I'm airing this
Pull it
bitch
out,
out.
air it out,
Everybody's
Johnny.
down on the fucking floor right now. Yo, throw the Molotovs. Guys, initiate order 66.
I'm fucking shit out of
Help, help.
I wear my sunglasses at night 'cause my shit's so fucked up. I mean, really, my car. Lay down.